Good morning, children. We are continuing with the chapter Economic Importance of Bacteria. In the previous video session, I have explained you about the useful activities of bacteria in medicines. And today we are going to discuss about the useful activities of bacteria in agriculture. Bacteria play an important role in maintaining the fertility of soil and increasing the yield of crops in several ways. So children, bacteria plays a very important role in the field of agriculture. It helps in maintaining the fertility of the soil and thus it increases the yield of the crops. So first point we are going to study in this is mineralization. See, saprophytic bacteria such as Pseudomonas decomposes the dead organic materials and releases the simple inorganic compounds such as nitrates, sulfates, phosphates, etc. into the soil. It is called mineralization and increases the fertility of the soil. So children, these bacteria, especially the saprophytic bacteria, such as Pseudomonas, they decomposes the dead organic matter and it releases the simple inorganic compounds from the dead organic materials. It releases the simple inorganic compounds such as nitrates, sulfates, phosphates, etc. into the soil. So this, after decomposing the after decomposing the dead organic matter, it releases the simple inorganic compounds, nitrates, sulfates, phosphates, etc. And this is known as mineralization. And this mineralization helps to increase the fertility of the soil. That means the minerals are returned back to the soil, which increases the fertility of the soil. Ammonification. What is ammonification? See, underline this, children. Conversion of amino acids into ammonia is called ammonification. It is very important. Learn this definition. Conversion of amino acids into ammonia. So when amino acids are converted into ammonia, it is known as ammonification. Some ammonifying bacteria convert proteins and amino acids found in the dead bodies of animals and plants into ammonia. So there are ammonifying bacteria which converts the proteins and amino acids which are found in plants and animals, in the dead bodies of plants and animals, into ammonia. So that conversion of amino acids into ammonia is known as ammonification. It is the first step towards the formation of nitrates. So from the proteins and amino acids, that means proteins and amino acids are converted into ammonia, and this is the first step which leads towards the formation of nitrates in the soil. Example: Bacillus ramosus, Bacillus vulgarisus, Actinomycetes. These are the bacteria which converts amino acids into ammonia. So proteins and amino acids are converted into ammonia, and this conversion is known as ammonification, and the bacteria are Bacillus ramosus. So learn the name of the bacteria which converts proteins or amino acids into ammonia. Next step is nitrification. So first ammonia is formed and the second step is the nitrification. Conversion of ammonia and other ammonium compounds into nitrites and nitrates is called nitrification. So underline this definition, children, it is very important. This one, conversion of ammonia and other ammonium compounds into nitrites and nitrates is called nitrification. Some chemosynthetic bacteria like Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter helps in this process. So Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter are the bacteria which helps in the conversion of ammonia and other ammonium compounds into nitrates or nitrites. That process is known as nitrification, and the bacteria which helps is Nitrobacter. So underline this name of the bacteria which helps in nitrification. The nitrates and nitrites are made available in the soil for the absorption by the roots of the plant. So these nitrates and nitrites and nitrates, they are easily absorbed by the roots of the soil, and thus it helps to increase the fertility of the soil, these nitrates and nitrites. Next is nitrogen fixation. Conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates is called nitrogen fixation. Underline this definition also. Children, what is nitrogen fixation? Now, conversion of atmospheric nitrogen. That means the nitrogen which is present in the air, and its conversion into nitrates is known as nitrogen fixation. Now, plants are incapable of utilizing free nitrogen from the atmospheric air directly. Now see here, the plants cannot absorb nitrogen directly from the air. So what happens? They absorb it in the form of nitrates from the soil. So plants cannot absorb the nitrogen. They cannot take the nitrogen directly from the air. So what is happening now? They can absorb the air, this nitrogen, in the form of nitrates from the soil. Nitrates, you have seen how this ammonia is converted into nitrates, and that process is known as nitrification. So that nitrate is available in the soil that can be absorbed by the roots, but nitrogen it cannot absorb. So what happens? See here, they absorb it in the form of nitrates from the soil with the help of their roots. So roots absorbs the nitrates. They cannot absorb the nitrogen. Certain free living aerobic soil bacteria such as Azotobacter, Clostridium, etc., and bacteria found in the nodulated root nodules of legumes such as Rhizobium leguminosum, Bacillus redicola, etc., converts the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds. Now see here, children, plants cannot absorb this nitrogen directly from the air. So what happens? The roots of the plants can absorb only nitrates. So you can see this diagram, children. This diagram is very important, and this is the nodulated root of leguminous plants. Leguminous plants means pod bearing plants. They are the leguminous plants. They belong to the they produce all sorts of pulses. Now see these roots. These are the roots, and you can see here these nodules. A type of swelling you can see here in the roots. These are known as the nodules, and these nodules, they contain a sort of bacteria like Rhizobium leguminosum, then Bacillus redicola. All these bacteria are present in these root nodules. Now these bacteria, they can absorb the nitrogen from the air, and after absorbing the nitrogen from the air, these bacteria convert it into nitrates, and now these nitrates are easily absorbed by the roots of the, they are available in the soil. They convert it into nitrates which can be easily absorbed by the roots of the plants. So this process is known as nitrogen fixation. So nitrogen fixation means the free atmospheric nitrogen is absorbed by these Rhizobium bacteria which are present in the nodules of the roots and convert it into nitrates, which can be easily absorbed by the roots of the plants. The bacteria found in the nodulated roots of leguminous plants show symbiosis, an association between two organisms which are mutually beneficial to each other. So the bacteria which are present here in the root nodules, they show symbiosis. In symbiosis, what happened? Two organisms They are mutually benefited. Now the roots, they provide shelter to these bacteria, and the bacteria, they convert the free nitrogen into nitrates. So in this way, both the bacteria and the plant, they are benefited. So this is all about the nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen cycle. Now, for the above said function, the atmospheric nitrogen and its compounds in the soil keep on cycling and constitutes the nitrogen cycle. See children, you have seen many steps: mineralization, ammonification, nitrification, nitrogen fixation. So what happens in all these? First, these bacteria, they decompose the dead bodies, and the organic compounds which are present in them, they are released into simple organic compounds, and this process is known as mineralization. In ammonification, amino acids are converted into ammonia, and then ammonia is converted into nitrites and nitrates by the process of nitrification. Then the bacteria which are present in the root nodules, they convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. In this way, the atmospheric nitrogen is fixed. Now, so this nitrogen and its compound in the soil keep on cycling and constitutes a nitrogen cycle. So this nitrogen and its compounds, they form a cycle and forms this a nitrogen cycle. So this nitrogen cycle consists of 5 steps. Now we'll see what are the 5 steps in the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen fixation, nitrogen assimilation, decay, ammonification and nitrification, denitrification and sedimentation. This cycle is continuously repeated because of the presence of bacteria. So these are the 5 steps in the nitrogen cycle which is repeated because of the presence of the bacteria. Without that, this nitrogen cycle will not complete. Now the denitrifying bacteria. Now, nitrifying bacteria's nitrification means conversion of amino acids and other ammonium compounds, ammonia and ammonium compounds into nitrites and nitrates. So, the opposite of it will be denitrification. So, denitrifying bacteria such as Theobacillus, denitrificans, Pseudomonas, denitrificans, etc. are however harmful as they decrease soil fertility by decomposing nitrates of the soil into free nitrogen. See, these nitrates which are formed in the nitrification by the conversion of ammonia and ammonium compounds into nitrites and nitrates is called nitrification, and this nitrification increases the soil fertility. Now here what happens, these bacteria, these denitrifying bacteria, they decompose the nitrites and nitrates of the soil into free nitrogen. That means they convert the nitrates into free nitrogen. So this process is known as denitrification, and the bacteria which are involved here is Theobacillus denitrificans. Now, fortunately, they occur in waterlogged soil which are unfit for the purpose of cultivation. So it is, children, good for us that we are lucky that these types of bacteria, they are not present in in our fields. They are present in the waterlogged soils where the soils are, or where the soil is waterlogged and which are unfit for cultivation. See children, waterlogged soils are unfit for cultivation. So these type of bacteria, that means denitrifying bacteria, they are present in the waterlogged soil. So we are fortunate, we are lucky that the nitrates which are formed, they are not converted into free oxygen. So here we end, children, the useful activity of bacteria in agriculture. Thank you.